Hey, welcome to another Marriage Minute. And we wanted to take just a moment to talk about something that isn't talked about a whole lot in marriages, and that has to do with dreaming. And not so much about these wispy dreams like, I woke up last night and I had this crazy dream, but really the things that are on our hearts and minds that rarely get communicated. And as we've talked about communication before, this is kind of the more of the transparency side of things, but we all have dreams and goals and desires, and we wanted to take a moment to talk about that. For us, we've had numerous kind of dreams, and most of which probably don't come true, but some do, and some of those that we had to put legs to and feet to. And Ange, as we talk about dreams and some of those things, what kind of things come to your mind for what do dreams look like, and what is this whole thing we're talking about?
I think dreams, as families, as husband and wife together, you can dream about certain things. And I think there's personal dreams that you might have that instead, of me saying, well, that will never happen, but really being able to encourage you along, side those dreams.
And you have been an incredible encouragement to me. Let me give you one example. When I think of dreams and dreams coming true, I had a dream for some 10 years to be able to play rugby. And most wives would say, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, because I was pretty much out of shape. I hadn't done anything since the Marine Corps. But we were driving past a rugby field in New Zealand, in Phoenix. And when I drove past, I saw this game going on, and I said, man, I wish I could play. That'd be a dream that I can play rugby. And I was fishing. That's really what I was doing. I was kind of just testing the waters to see what would my wife say? What would Ange say? And you came back and floored me, because you said, I think you should. And I was like, are you serious? I'm talking about playing rugby, no pads. This isn't, wimpy football. This is real rugby. And you really encouraged me and said, no, I think you should try. And lo and behold, I ended up on that rugby team, and I played for 2 years, and it was a dream come true. And there was risk involved, and there was time changes that we had to make for me to be able to get into shape and for me to be able to play and everything. But it was a dream come true, and it's something that we just don't regret at all of being able to do that. But that's just one example that typically a wife is going to shoot down, or a husband is going to shoot down of a wife, of dreaming, and these are things that maybe God puts on our hearts that we don't encourage our spouses to do.
Yeah, I watched you play rugby like this, and but definitely it was something that, and you were able to feel like you accomplished that dream, and then that led, I think, to more dreams, and for us to be able to say, oh, do you dream about that? And just to encourage each other in supporting, instead of being so quick. And some dreams are we both maybe know that, well, it would be a real act of God if that were to happen, or
Yes.
And that, sure, it's fun to dream, what vacation you might go to if money was no option, but there's other things that are very practical, and that person just needs to hear that, and then
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe a big part of this is encouragement, and wives, I would caution you of wanting to correct your husband of the truth of the matter, because so often, guys, we get these dreams, we get these ideas of something that most of the time it doesn't come to fruition, but sometimes we get these ideas that we are looking to our wives for support and encouragement in. So wives, I can strongly encourage you. Encourage your husbands. Love your husbands, and pray for him, and pray with him, and let him dream. And wives, I think, sometimes find that easier sometimes to dream even maybe amongst their friends.
Sure.
But dream amongst each other, and say, man, well, if we can do anything, what would it be? Because God may be doing something right then in your lives that's preparing you for something big that He has on the horizon, that falls in line right with Ephesians, that He has prepared works for us beforehand. And we need to go about doing that.
And that then He will do that immeasurably more too. That and bring about things that you just would never imagine. And so it's fun to dream together.
Yeah.
It brings just doldrums of life and just that everyday schedule, you know, it takes a little bit of that away, and you know, it just gives you something to, you know, you dreamed, I think, together a lot when, or you know, we did when we were dating, and
That's right.
when you're first married, and you tend to just get out of that, you know, routine of it. And
So there you go. So that's a Marriage Minute on dreaming together and being real with one another and sharing your hearts. So let's encourage you to do that, and we'll see you next time on the Marriage Minute.